Well, good evening, friends. Mark Holmes here, and of course, thank you for tuning in to the Dallas Cowboys Evening Report. We are knee-deep in the offseason, but we are another Sunday closer to the kickoff against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I don't know about you, but I'm about as excited as can be, and of course, I'm still digging the beat. But I got a question for you before we go too much further. Is the star over there, is it too much? Is it too much? Because I actually have a second one that I can put on the other side. And I need your input to know, am I branding too much out here? I mean, we already have the star base for our feed from the original Texas Stadium. You know, I got the big star. I got the one star. You know, it's kind of like a mole. You know, you get one beauty mole on there. It's nice. But you get too many, then you're moly. So let me know, should I put the other star on the other side? All right, with that being said, let's get to the news here. Guys, my main man, oh my goodness, my main man, Quinton Bohanna, the Bohemian Beast that I'm going to call him. I really am getting to like this guy. He is a no fuss, no muss. He reminds me a lot about myself because, see, you know, my wife always worries about me. You know, she wants to make sure that you look perfect, okay? You know, make sure you got the right socks on with the right shoes. You know, you want to make sure your colors coordinate, you know? You want your hair to be done. You make sure you don't have no paint on your clothes. You want to be putting out there. But see, I really just don't give a fart. I don't. You know the real word I want to use there. I don't really care. I'm not out there to impress anybody except myself, and except, of course, for her. When I do have to get dressed and look nice, I do it because it makes her happy. But for me, you know, I'm okay with a paint-covered shirt with my hair just kind of jacked up because I ain't got time to waste just trying to look perfect for somebody else. This is me. You either love me or hate me the way I am. And if you're only liking me because of an image I project, then bro or sister, I don't need you. I need you for caring about what I am, not the image I project. So Quinton Bohanna had a minor little something or other with his shoulder in practice. Not a game now. We talking about practice. And then Quinn took him off the field. And Quinton Bohanna literally said, Dan Quinn didn't look too good. Because Dan Quinn went in for him. I want you to check out the tape. Let's listen to my man, Quinton Bohanna. I know when you listen to these interviews, I'm happy that they finally got the Wi-Fi together at AT&T. Thank you, Jerry Jones, for putting that money into your Wi-Fi system. Because if I had to look at another pixelated video, interview from you guys, I would have had to drive down there. Jerry, I would have had to come down there, man. But let's listen to Quinton Bohanna because, like I said, I'm beginning to fall in love with this guy.
About your impressions, just kind of what they've thrown at you this camp, what the message is they're trying to get across to you guys.
So far, the biggest point I got is the standard, especially in the D-line room, the way we play, finishing, playing fast, playing violent. So that's probably the biggest thing I got so far. It's like the standard of our room.
Standard of the room.
Hey, what happened today with your shoulder, and how serious is that, and what do you think of Dan Quinn filling in for you?
Coach Quinn looked good. It looked like he was ready to get in there, but it was nothing. Just hit. It was nothing major. I got right back in a couple plays after.
So have other coaches you've had along your career been like that, where they just jumped in like that, or was that kind of new for you?
Everybody try to go back to their old glory days, but it ain't no me out there, so it's a big difference when I'm in, when I'm out.
He wasn't tapping his helmet saying, all right, hurry up and come back in after the play?
Can you say that again?
He wasn't tapping, Dan wasn't tapping his helmet to tell you, hurry up, I need you to come back in?
No, he wasn't. I had when I got him. And he ain't look too good, so I went and got him.
What have your first impressions of him been?
Coach Quinn is just, he puts so much attention to detail and the small things. So the biggest impression I say. He just attention to detail.
Attention to
Yeah,
detail.
he told us they were going to put you in the middle of that defense right over the center. Can you talk about how they plan to use you?
Yeah, just what he said. That's my job. That's what I've been doing so far these first 2 days of camp, and that's what I take pride in, being right there. Beating up on centers and letting people behind me run free and make plays.
Is that hard to take that as an accomplishment, right? That like you're there to hold people up for other guys to make the plays?
No, that ain't hard to take. That ain't a hard thing for me to do. Or I don't look at it as a bad thing. Like, that's a good thing. The team and the coaches know my value and what I can do. And I know in the same way I can go make plays myself. I got some athleticism where I can go penetrate and make plays in the backfield when needed. So I take pride in this job. That's what I do. Like, this is my body type. That's my position. So ain't no bad to me.
Do you have to do anything body-wise to change the NFL? Like, do you have to add any more weight? Do you have to get stronger? Is there anything, or are they good with where you at, weight-wise and strength-wise?
Well, I like where I'm at, weight-wise and how I'm moving and feeling. And I want to add some more strength. You got to get some NFL strength, not college anymore. Everybody's big, strong, physical. So, of course, I want to add more strength.
So you basically a linebacker's best friend. You going to clog stuff up and hold stuff up so they can run and make plays for Micah and Jabril and maybe Jaylon and Leighton.
Yes, sir. I'm always known to be like, we go hand in hand. Linebackers love me. All the ones I done played with so far.
How about Kelvin Joseph? Can you talk about their relationship? And what do you think he's done so far?
Yeah, I can't just speak on too much of what he's done so far because we just so individually working. But I know Kelvin, our relationship, that's my brother. We super close from the moment he came to Kentucky. We just connected, and I just let him know the standard we had there because he coming from LSU, it was different coming to Kentucky. So me just giving him the standard of how we played and how we worked, it just brought our relationship and made us closer, and we've been like that ever since. So it's a blessing to be here with him.
So y'all had a higher standard in Kentucky than LSU?
I don't really know, but it's everywhere different. How you work is different. How you play, how you prepare is different.
At what point do you got to try and find a place to live, kind of get to know the area? Like, how do you balance all that stuff and then also fitting in all this football stuff?
Right now, I'm just focused on football, trying to get the playbook down and just find myself out here in the defense and what I do well. I'm not too much worried about all the outside right now. Where we living at now is good with me. Everything's better than Memphis to me, living-wise. So I'm just focused on football.
Did you get your aunties calmed down?
Oh, no, they still hype. They probably hollering right now. They probably yelling right now.
You got you some barbecue yet?
No, I haven't got none yet, but I got to see what this hype about this barbecue. I know it ain't going to be close to ours, but I still want to see.
You got to get the brisket, man. It's the brisket. You get that good, tender, moist brisket.
I'm going to take your word for that for sure.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All that work that you put in the off season on training while keeping in mind pad height, how do you feel like that training has translated so far for the first couple days?
It's different. It's real different. Because as far as training for the pro day and combine, it was a specific type of training. And after the draft and after the pro day, I was able to get back to on the field work and D-line specific work. So it translated, I say, but it's different. Every place different. The way you prepare is different everywhere. So I'm just get used to it.
Yeah. Is it one of those things that you feel you just have to continually work on throughout, the spring and training camp?
Oh, yeah, for sure. But Coach AD and Coach Rob, they letting us know, like, the first thing they told all the rookie defensive line class was that, like, they pushing in our head, jamming to our head is the standard. So we know what's expected and how to work, and, so it just keep going and getting used to it, I say.
Yeah, what's the standard? How do they define that to you guys?
You finish every play, you play hard, violent.
You finish every play and you play hard. Oh, my God, I love that. Oh, my God, I love that. A couple of notes I want to take on that. Okay, now, I've I'm told, of course, by a lot of people that you don't know what you're talking about. He's a 6th-round draft pick, and he's not going to start and all that. And I was trying to explain to you guys who don't seem to understand. You're thinking that this has got to be a guy who's going to get a lot of sacks and stuff. You don't seem to understand the position, and he knows. He understands, because when he says, say that you're the linebacker's best friend, yeah. Because I'm taking the heat for you. I'm taking the bullet so you guys can get the glory. He understands that fully. The fact that he seems to be focused in on just football. And he's like, I'm not worried about a place to live right now. Anything's better. Everything's better than Memphis. I don't think he's trying to throw shade, but he's like, I'm happy with where I am right here. He hasn't gotten the Texas brisket yet, but in due time, he's focused on being the best football player he can. And of course, the part I loved was when he actually had to, Dan Quinn pulled him out for a few plays, and Dan Quinn trying to relive that glory. It's funny because when you've been a football player, it doesn't matter how old or how broke down you get. As bad as my knees are, and I've had 5 knee operations, my doctor's just hoping that I can make it to 60, okay, before I get the knee joint replacement on the left knee. The right knee is like, we ought to go in and try and clean it up so that way it'll be less painful. I still believe, I got 2 plays left in me. I got 2 plays that I still believe that. We know it's not true, but everybody wants to relive that glory. And I love how he said, Coach Quinn, he didn't look too good out there. Okay, so it's all right. So the title's clickbait. I get it. It's clickbait because you were looking for some drama. But this is no drama, Dallas Cowboys right now. But I love that he keeps talking about the standard of play for the defensive line and attention to details. And this is what was lost last year because when you heard Jaylon Smith talking about it's too complex, that, they weren't looking at the standard and understanding what was expected of them. They were more of, oh, this is too hard. It's just not the thing. No, these guys are beginning to understand that we have to take care of business. And he understands completely his job is beating up on the centers. He flat out said it. And I love the fact that, he is one of those guys that, listen, hey, look, this is my body type, and I'm proud of it. I'm heavy. I plan on putting on some NFL muscle because you got to be stronger than college. But this is my body type, just like me. I got a paint-covered shirt. I look like a ragamuffin. This is me. I absolutely, positively love all of this. Now, tomorrow starts, of course, phase 2 of OTAs. Now, the Dallas Cowboys have actually been really, really blessed because the players have bought into being there in the facilities. Before the NFLPA came out and said, players, we want you to boycott actually working at facilities because it's dangerous. And now they're getting kind of a black eye because, the offensive tackle from Denver as well as Hamilton, I think a wide receiver, both have had bad injuries, and Denver cut them. Even though they had a guaranteed contract, you got hurt, not here at the facilities, on your own. That hasn't been a problem for the Cowboys. The Cowboys have full participation in their OTAs, in their off-season workouts, and minicamp, and everybody's under contract, which is definitely a plus. So starting tomorrow, phase 2 of OTAs will begin. So these rookies now will be meeting and playing and working with, of course, the veterans. So we'll be able to start to get the team together. The good news is Dak Prescott will be there working out as well. They will keep him a little bit limited. We still have 4 months and stuff before the season. That, you don't want to push it too hard too early because, let's face it, you had a catastrophic ankle injury. And for those out there that are, worried about Dak Prescott, will he be ready to start the season opener? I want you to keep in mind Allen Hurns. Allen Hurns in the playoff game, I believe against Seattle. Allen Hurns, who went across the middle, caught that pass and had, basically a similar type of an injury with the ankle where it was completely snapped. That was in January. He ended up going through training camp with the Cowboys, getting released, and signs with Miami and played opening day. So you're looking at Dak Prescott having the same type of an injury where Dak Prescott's had, 3 more months of time to heal? So he will be in great shape. Now, I came across one more thing here, and this, I guess this video is getting kind of long, but as we go through with all of our rookies and things, we're getting these guys, of course, some of them are going to be taking veteran spots and stuff. And there will be a lot of veterans that will become free agents as teams start looking and saying, you know what, we can take this guy. He's younger, cheaper. We invested draft capital on him, and we can let that veteran go and save some money. Well, here's an interesting thing. So Bleacher Report did an article earlier today where they were basically going through every team and saying who may be expendable on the team, what veterans may end up getting cut. And this is one that's been, of course, speculation by a lot of people, including myself. The person that they picked was Jaylon Smith. And here's actually exactly what they said. The Dallas Cowboys, linebacker Jaylon Smith. The Cowboys changed the outlook of their linebackers the Cowboys changed the outlook of their linebackers unit when they drafted Micah Parsons. At number 12, the Defensive Rookie of the Year favorite should be a force to be reckoned with in 2021, and his presence could make the Dallas decide to part ways with a disappointing incumbent at the position. Jaylon Smith is an early second-round pick in 2016, has had an up-and-down tenure with the Cowboys. He missed his entire rookie season as he recovered from a knee injury, but eventually bounced back and even made the Pro Bowl in 2019. Smith earned a 6-year extension of $68 million following that campaign, but he fell off hard in 2020. Pro Football Focus graded him a pantry 54.2. Dallas could save $7.2 million by designating Smith as a post-June 1st cut, which would be a huge amount of money for an organization that must continue to retool its entire defense after a horrid year. I apologize for my dogs because, well, let's face it, they don't have to get let out because they have a dog door and they're having fun barking at the neighbors. So this is what you get with broadcast media. So that is a possibility that Jaylon Smith could be cut. I'm going to stop right there. Okay, so back to our recording. Had to have a little conversation with Mr. Leroy here. So could Jaylon Smith be cut? I don't know. But stay tuned. I guess a lot of this will depend on how quickly Micah Parsons gets up to speed and how the Cowboys look at it. And one final note before we get out of here. You know, sometimes in life things are crazy. The other night I said, I think during our live stream, because people have a tendency to be so negative. And I have always said, put out into the universe what you want to happen. If you do not believe that something can happen, it won't. And I swear that more times than not in my life, I put things out in the universe that seem to be crazy, and somehow it seems to come through. You know, unfortunately, one of them is not Leroy. This damn dog. Leroy, hush that noise up. I apologize again. This morning, I was talking about the football gods right here, the 77 Dallas Cowboys, because somebody had asked me, hey, what exactly is that? Where did you get it? And so on. And I was like, let me look it up. And I found one on eBay, and they're not cheap. And shout out to Joseph Heatherly, who gave it to me, because he said, you know, I got a lot of cowboy stuff, as you can see the chair over here. And if I give it to you, I know I will see it. And this is the prized piece I have. And I've already gotten Randy White's signature on there. I've gotten Tony Dorsett's signature on there. And it's been my goal to go ahead and try and get as many of them to autograph this as possible. But of course, we have COVID. So having autograph signings and group gatherings and things like that, it's kind of like, I don't know when that's going to happen. And I talked about this morning. It's almost crazy because I got an email last week that the CSA show was going to go on this weekend in Chantilly, Virginia. Now, they said basically it's going to be vendors, and there's a maximum of 1,000 people that can be in there for the whole show. That's the vendors and the people and all that. But there was no notice of whether or not there would be anybody there for autographs. And I figured it's going to be like last year's. A couple hundred people can get in, and it's just basically buying merchandise that's already pre-signed. Well, lo and behold, we get a email today, and they've got like 6 people that are going to be doing autographs. Jim Brown is one of them. But number 20, Mel Renfro, will be there doing autographs. I can guarantee you this. I'm buying my ticket right now, and I'm going to be there this weekend. I would love for them to have some other players that are there. Mel Renfro is 78 years old, so the opportunities to be able to get these guys won't come around too often. I'm hoping that I can get Cliff Harris at some point, going to the Hall of Fame right now. I'd love to get Harvey Martin. Charlie Waters, I met a few years ago, but I didn't have the football gods. I hope to get Roger Staub back in there, of course, and Drew Pearson. And this will forever be probably the greatest piece of Dallas Cowboys that I have. So shout out to Joseph Heatherly, and you know the deal.
Our coach here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Sports Report.
You did one hell of a job, and the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys?
Oh, it's not you. It's Leroy. Leroy, come back here.